Alzheimer's. I'm not even sure who this gentleman is, but the
You've
conversation was good. And I think he brought about some good points that I think a lot of us should look out for, especially when it comes to our parents, their health, and them being able to function, because we may have been misled when it comes to the causes of Alzheimer's and not really understand why more and more of us and our family members are being impacted by it. So let's take a look at this.
You've spoken personally about reversing Alzheimer's. I had a grandmother who passed from this, and this touches many people's lives. And, everybody at least knows somebody who knows somebody that this is a big issue. Can you talk to us about that?
So first of all, I will say that sadly, the rate of people getting Alzheimer's is going up, and it really shouldn't be that way. I think a lot of people feel that Alzheimer's is something they're genetically predisposed to, and if they're going to get it, they're going to get it. And nothing could be further from the truth. There's a very few people that have the gene that 100% of the time leads to Alzheimer's. Also, just not using your brain. I hate to say, like, a lot of people retire, and that's when you see a steep decline, right?
Yeah, my grandmother, in her case, she retired, typical 65 retire, and then probably around the time she was 70, she was diagnosed. And then literally, like, the worst thing about that situation was she lived to like 93, 4, 5. She lived a long time with it.
There's actually a blood test now that can tell us if you're headed towards Alzheimer's. Okay. It's called the Tau 217 blood test. Yeah. And if you have a risk of Alzheimer's, or you feel like you're just cognitively impaired and maybe something's not right, I would highly suggest looking at this. This blood test just came out, and now there's therapies that we know work much better than any medication. Plasma exchange therapy is what we're using to slow the rate of progression of Alzheimer's.
All right. So my biggest takeaway from that was we got to make sure that we're keeping our parents stimulated, or our parents are keeping themselves stimulated. I know retirement is one of those things that everybody strives for, looks for, gets excited about, but it's almost, I almost think about it when this thought just came to mind. Y'all know I just share stuff with y'all in real time, but it's like, all right, when I stopped eating meat, fish, and eggs, initially I didn't replace it with anything. I just ate more of the other stuff, and that hurt me in ways, losing weight, losing strength. When we retire, all of that stimulation that we had, all of the healthy stress or healthy anxiety that goes in with the work, like us trying to solve problems, there's certain stress that's good, right? All of those things to us just overall challenging our minds, challenging us to think. Sorry to interrupt the video. We got a new challenge. 20,000 by the end of April. We fell short in March, but we're gonna get our goal this month. Thank you all in advance for those that are gonna continue to like, subscribe, maybe even leave some comments and let us know how we're doing. And on that note, let me let y'all get back to the video, and I'll see y'all soon. To solve problems, when we lose that, it's like any other muscle that we're not using. What is it called? Apathy? I think that's the word. Muscle apathy. Let me make sure that I'm saying that right. Muscle apathy. Yeah, I think I'm right. When you lost, which is the loss or decrease of muscle mass, often leading to weakness or, okay. No, muscle atrophy. Atrophy. Damn, I'm pronouncing that. Damn, I said a trophy. That's crazy. Atrophy. Atrophy. All right, so muscle atrophy is the loss or thinning of your muscle tissue. If you have atrophied the muscles or atrophied muscles, you'll see a decrease in your muscle mass and strength. All right, the point that I'm trying to make is that when you don't use it, you lose it. If you're not using your muscle, the brain is a muscle, right? So if we went out here and stopped working out, if we stopped bench pressing for 2 years, do we think that we're going to jump on the bench 2 years later and still be the same strength? Eb saved me. Eb, bro, the trophy is your winning mindset. That's a fact. I can only see it one way. No, I appreciate that. Mama Lay wrote, I researched dementia and Alzheimer as my father had it severely. Sugar was a huge contributor. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So sugar is definitely something that we need to take into account. But just looking up different things, like if you're gonna retire, cool, retire. But almost giving yourself assignments, like going out and seeing friends, all these different things. I think what ends up happening is when people get caught up just watching TV on the couch. Unless you, well, some of these shows they stimulate, so I don't know, but y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. We got to just make sure that we're going after something, striving for something, and doing a lot of that problem solving, because I think problem solving to the muscle, to the brain, is like a workout, like a physical workout at the gym to the body. Like I think that's how it works. So processed sugar, yeah, definitely processed sugar. Eat cane sugar, raw cane sugar. Go with that. All right. So we finished that. Now I think we're gonna move on to Eric Adams. We're gonna move on to Eric Adams. All right. So Thomas Sowell put up this clip, and I haven't seen this video yet, but there's a couple other videos that I wanted to show y'all. But let's go this. Let's take a look at this video that I'm actually not sure. Um, I haven't seen this one yet, but I want to check it out. I trust Thomas Sowell. So this is Mayor Eric Adams, I believe, discussing how Biden's DOJ came after him. Ew, it's Dak. Just want to thank you for checking out our video and visiting the OG Network. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure that you give us a like. And if you're looking to join a community of inspired individuals striving for purposeful abundance, subscribe. And if you're feeling real generous, share the video with some friends and family. All right, I'll see y'all soon. Ew.